I have pushed this to the end, but will also tell something about this topic. Then I will go to the ABB solar inverters, a quick overview over the whole range. Then ABB solar inverters, the Uno DM series and the PVS series, and then additional applications or apps for the mobiles or web tools and so on. And last but not least, about the support and other services. So, overview. If we are looking to ABB Solar, we can tell you that we are since 40 years experience in power conversion, and this has also to do with some other inverters which has nothing to do with solar. So power is our main topic. We are since 25 years in the solar and have, so that's the actual dates, 35 gigawatts installed base at a moment worldwide. We have ABB is present in 100 countries, and solar as such is present in 30 countries. Over 800 in let's say service guys, including our own guys, are supporting all solar business and doing the after sale service. We have 10 repair centers locally over the whole world, so Asia, Africa, and also South Africa. Yeah, where you will join. So it's everything is prepared there. We have 6 new platforms and products in 2018 developed, and 2 million inverters will be or are in the market right now. So if we are looking to the from the top, where we are our strengths, we have basically everything from the residential, commercial, and utility scale. We have also the central inverters, but we have also products for the string inverters. So if we are starting with string inverters, the smallest one is 1.2 kilowatt. And here, and this is a new which we will introduce, and we are in the finalists at the awards. We have 5 megawatt machine. If you put 2 on both sides, so we have 10 megawatts as one on one platform. Ready built, inclusive transformer and switchgear, everything from ABB. We have residential area 600 volts, let's say the single phase. We have then also 1000 volt DC products, but we have also 1500 volt DC products. And we are trying to put everything into the inverter, so nothing around the inverter is needed. We will see this later if we are talking about the PVS 100. So here a small overview just on the decentral inverters. We have in the residential size from 0 to 10 kilowatt inverters. Here are some pictures, and then we are talking about commercial inverters, which starts at 10 up to 120, and even here we have a 175 kilowatt inverter, which has the same format, but this is basically the utility scale area. So we will see this product later also in a very small overview. The product portfolio, let's have a look on the Uno DM. This is a single-phase inverter with 2 MPPTs for the range of 3.3 kilowatts up to 6 kilowatt, and we have 1 MPPT, from 1.2 to 3 kilowatts. This is all has to do with different country needs. For example, Italy has the request for the lower range of inverters, so 1.3 to 3 kilowatt. These are convection cooled and IP64 inverters, which is valid for all inverters we have. We have here, and this is the advantage for you, we have a uniform concept now from 1.2 to 6 kilowatt. We have Wi-Fi on board, we have remote over-the-air firmware upgrade possibilities. We have an optional card which allows you to do the dynamic fit-in control, which allows you to do a zero injection, which has also a load manager relay, so that means you can also implement a load after for example, a certain power range, then you can switch on the relay, or it will be switched on, and then you can go on. These both functions, you see it later on a special topic. Then both on this optional card we have RS485 and Ethernet. The reason is that these both options are just as an option because we have Wi-Fi on board. You have basically everything access. You can have the mobile app, or you open the photo, the camera on your mobile app, and then you scan the QR code on the side, and then you come directly on the web server, which is on the platform of the inverter. Let's have a look to Energy Viewer. This is also a tool which is very helpful to have a look. This can be it's an app for Android and also for iOS, and here you can see all the important data of your local site. You can put everything, or you can see everything in this. This is a self-sufficiency, this is self-consumption, so you have all the KPIs here. You can do with this app also the firmware updates, and we have also the energy flows in this direction. Okay, here is the battery shown in case of the Uno DM, where there is no battery installed, then this will disappear. And if you click on these icons, for example the grids, then you see the flow from and to the grid, or if you click to the house, then you see all energy flows. Let's have a look to the dynamic feed-in control, or you can do also zero export. This is the application node for this. You have the inverter, you need this special card, and then you have the energy meter. This gives the feedback to the inverter based on the Modbus RTU, and then you can define if you want to have a dynamic feed-in control, or you want to have a zero export. So a very easy one. This interface is combined. That's an ABB product. This is an ABB product, so no problem at all. The other topic is the load manager. So if you want to optimize the consumption and the efficiency of the inverter, then you can use this application. You use the same card. On this card is a relay which can be programmed. For example, over 1 kilowatt, please open the relay, and then you can start a heater inside of this home load, or of this heating system or whatever. So a very easy one, and which helps you to maximize the self-consumption and the self-sufficiency. Let's move on with the project inverters. Second topic of this presentation. We have PVS series 50, 60, 100, and 120 and 175 kilowatt inverters. Let's look for the first one. This is, let's say, our main product for the commercial and utility scale. If you look to these numbers, we have already, and this is just 1.5 years, 1.6 gigawatt shipped. This is a very good success story, and the reason is the following. We have a very wide input range because it's a two-step inverter. This is transformerless. We can mount this vertical or horizontal, so you can lie down the inverter, yeah, so that the switch is on the top. So you have a small degree of 5 degrees, or for a small declination of 5 degrees. This is needed, but you can put it somewhere underneath. Then we can, this is IP64, low weight, 70 and 55 kilowatt. That means that installers are able to, two installers are able to carry this in case of nothing is around. And if you have the view to the communication, we have Wi-Fi on board, we have 2 Ethernet ports, integrated web server, RS485, everything what is needed. This is also a SunSpec compatible inverter, and communication means also there's we deliver the inverters with QR code on the side, and if you have the if you have the app, or the installer app, the commissioning app. Then you can scan this code and you can say, please install the German grid code, or please install the RS485 communication bus. Then you can commission up to 50 inverters of this inverter in one shot, which is very useful. Another topic is that we have 6 MPPTs in this inverter, with each of 4 strings. So we have the possibility of connection of 24 strings for SX2. We have a 2-box concept. This is the reason why we split it down in 60 and 55. This is 55 and the other is 70 kilogram. And in case, for example, of installation, you can start with a lower part, put all cables on, and finally you put the power part on it. If you have a service case or something else, then you have just to remove the upper part and can exchange this without disconnecting any cables. This very it helps you to save time. We have also the possibility of feed-in control with external meters, so the same what I described with UNO DM, but a couple of inverters in series can be used here. Anything else? So let's go on to, let's say, the brother. Oh no, these are the main parameters of this inverter. I mentioned everything, so I will go ahead very quickly. And if you have some questions, I can talk about this, but I think I mentioned everything. This is how this inverter will be installed. First the lower part, then the upper part, and then you can connect it together. In this direction it shows how to do it in case of service. This is the power part, so the most critical part, and you save time because you haven't to disconnect the cables and everything else. Other topic is the inside of this inverter. We have on the DC side also the optional the surge protection device, which is class 1 and class 2. We call this SY2. And we have also the version which is the standard SPD type 2 on the DC side. This is the DC side, and this is the AC side. And you see, this is around 1 meter, so you have 50 centimeters space to bring the 185 square meter cables as a maximum into this box and connect it here. Here are the terminals, and you can connect it 3 or 4 wired AC to this inverter, to the grid. On AC side, we have always the SPD type 2. We have on the DC side 2 switches, so 3 MPPTs, 1 switch, and 2 times means each 3 MPPTs, 1 switch. Okay, let's go ahead. One advantage is if you're looking for let's say a plant size of 2.5 megawatt power block layout, then let's say the average or the most largest inverters on the market is around 60 kilowatts. Yeah, we can count it, or we can do it with 20 inverters, where here you have to do 40 inverters. This means we have 20 pieces only for AC and DC cabling, saving cost saving, time saving. We have less commissioning, less servicing. We have also, due to the 6 MPPTs, a very high number of trackings. And here you use at least more AC combiner connections. Here, this is also reduced on our solution. On the communication side, we have a very high loop or high sophisticated control algorithm, which allows us to monitor and to control the inverters within 1 second. We are SunSpec compatible. and you can connect to the ABB cloud. The ABB cloud is the Aurora Vision portal without any logger. So your Ethernet connection directly to the grid, and then you can connect direct to the cloud. So very easy going connection. On the right side, you see just an example how to connect this with fiberglass and so on. So everything is prepared. What we can do, you can put it in daisy chain, everything together, and put some strings in series so you have different clusters. Okay. Then this is the PVS 5060. I have this presentation including this inverter because this is, let's say, the small brother or sister of the PVS 100, 120. I didn't mention it in the 100 and 120 slide, but this is similar. We have a 50 and a 60 kilowatt version here, and 50 kilowatt means 400 volt on the AC side, and 60 kilowatt means on the 400 AC side. Let's go back to the PVS 100. Then it's 100 is 400 volt, and the PVS 120 is 480 volt. So we have two versions of inverters. Both are 1000 volt inverters, and basically the behavior and the parameters are the same. However, we have two different topics. One is that with this inverter we have 10% up to 30 degrees more. So indeed, up to 30 degrees we have not 50, we have 55, and for the 60 we have 66 up to 30 degrees. So 10% more of power for these inverters. Another topic is that we can do also, let's say, an S version. This inverter has 3 trackers. So we can combine all trackers together. We have only one MPPT then, and we go then on terminals. So just in case of a, let's say, a retrofit of an old system, then you can come with, let's say, string boxes up to 50 kilowatts directly to the inverters without any reinstallation or new installation. And this is also very good. This inverter is also able to be handled by the commissioning app. So QR code scanning, and then you have the direct access to the web server on the inverter. You can set up, once again, some topics, but I have a different slide. Let's talk about this. Here, just a 1500 volt system, which is basically the same platform as the PVS 100 and 120, but on the AC side we have 800 volts and 1500 volts DC. We have here also 10% more, up to 30 degrees. Low weight, 70 kilo for the upper part, and now it's 75 kilowatt kilo for the lower part for the combiner box. 12 MPPTs, 24 strings, 2-box concept, as I mentioned, for the PVS 100, 120. Cost saving, very high power inverter, and you will save costs because of less inverters, less commissioning, smaller cable diameters. Okay, I will give you some time. For PVS series project inverters, the installer app here, once again, I mentioned it already. The installer app, you scan the code. So this is valid for the PVS series 50, 60, 100, 120, 175. Then you have scanned a lot of inverters. Then you have the list of inverters. Then you click here which inverters should be commissioned, or where the parameters should be changed, or which should be updated by firmware, the firmware update. Then you press start, and then you will see here, instead of the red cross or the white cross on red field, you will see a green hook. Yeah, that everything is okay and you can start. And you can do this also for the RS4 parameters, Ethernet function, changing parameters, grid codes, connection to Aurora Vision. You can do everything with this part. It's available for Android and iOS after this versions. Okay, then all in one stop. For this PVS series, we have also a specially designed transformer station. We call it megavolt compact skid version MVCS. CS is not standing for Christian Schneider, which is my name. It isn't. So we have the possibility to have a connection to 26 inverters. We have a very fast installation because everything is pre-installed in this skid. We have 3.1 megawatt as a maximum. We can scale it with 36 kilovolt, but also 20 or 10 kilovolt. It's up to the customer case. And we have the integration also of a low volt distribution. So in this case, this is the AC side. Here you can connect up to 26 inverters to this low volt distribution. Everything is predefined, and this is well done, and everything is from ABB on this, so one-stop shop. Another topics for one-stop shop is breakers, fuses, and everything others around our inverters. Fuses, here is, for example, meters or relays, NR relays in German it's called. It's to protect the grid. We have surge protection devices, and all other stuff can be bought also through ABB. In case you have some special requirements, let me know. The same, this was for the residential. This is other slide for utility scale. We have also very big contactors up to 1500 kiloampere. We have switches, we have low voltage boards, and all that stuff. And here we have OVTCs connectors. You can see this on the booth as well. So support. In order to have a view on your site, you need also some tools, of course. We have here, we have the plant viewer. This is an app. This is a web-based tool to have direct access from your PC to your station. But we have this also as a mobile app. It's called Plant Viewer for Mobile App. Look in Android or in iOS. We have also a plant portfolio manager, the third line. That means you have this software which is all free of charge, and then you can have all your parks inside this plant viewer manager. Then we have also the energy viewer, ABB Ability Energy Viewer. I introduced it for the UNO DM in the beginning, which shows you the energy flow and the KPIs like self-sufficiency and self-sufficiency, and the second one I remember later. And we have also the installer app for the solar project inverters, the PVS series, also available for this Android and iOS mobile phones. We have additional hardware for VSN 300 Wi-Fi logger is to upgrade, let's say, older Power 1 inverters, ABB inverters, so that they are able to be handled by Wi-Fi. We have also a data logger for VSN 700 and the weather station. Ask Krannich, they have that items on stock. Service also very important. Here's just the numbers of Germany, but you can dial in also from outside of Germany. Here you see the numbers, but you have also the possibility to use this link. Then you can send a claim to this link, and then you get returned a care number, which is your reference number for your special need. Once again, ABB at a glance, our key facts. We are the solar power specialists. We have a complete portfolio, entire inverter range. We have improved service and a service which is on time. Um, we have a one-stop shop. We have everything here. Also some new words like if you need some support for microgrid, EV charging, switches, fuses, and many more of these applications, then let me know. 125 years of experience in the energy sector, and ABB has the, I would say, the widest string inverter portfolio from 1.2 until 175 kilowatt, and including the stations up to 10 megawatt if you take 2 times this. That's my presentation for you, and I hope you could take some of these topics. If you have some questions, I'm available after this show. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Christian. Thank you very much for your time and coming here.
Yeah.
Is there anybody who has questions for Christian? Please.
My question is for 175, the new one, the big one. It says that can work with the 800 volt AC?
Yeah.
Only?
Only.
If my grid is 400 volt AC,
Then you need a special transformer. But then it's price-wise a little bit tricky. In this case, you have the choice to go with this unit or with the 100 PVS 100.
100.
Yeah,
Okay.
these are your inverters in this case. Yeah.
Anybody else who would like to ask?
Which country is this? Cyprus. Okay.
So the gentleman is from Cyprus. Well, if nobody has a question, Christian will be around, so feel free to ask him anything you like. Also stay seated. We have a very interesting presentation coming up from Costal, Solar Electric, the right solution for every PV plant. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again, Christian. Pleasure to have you here.
Thank you.